In December of 1940, Wilhelm Reich wrote a letter to Albert Einstein urging for a meeting in order to demonstrate the existence of a power, the source of which was hitherto not known in conventional physics.
Dear Professor Einstein, I would like to talk to you in a scientifically difficult and urgent matter. I am working in biophysics and psychosomatic research. From 1922 until 1930, I was Freud's assistant at the Vienna Polyclinic, and I am at present teaching experimental and clinical biopsychology at the New School for Social Research in New York. Several years ago, I discovered a specific biologically effective energy which in many respects behaves differently as all that is known about electromagnetic energy. The entire matter is much too complicated and sounds too incredible to be clarified and presented comprehensibly in a letter. All I can say now in a few words is that this energy, which I called orgone, has definitely been proven as existent in the living organism as well as in the soil and the atmosphere by making it visible, by concentrating it, and by temperature measurements. I am also operating with this energy with some success in research of cancer therapy. The matter is growing factually as well as economically far above my forces and needs cooperation on a large scale. There are a few points which make it seem possible that it could be used in the fight against the fascist pestilence. Besides the short information which was published 1.5 years ago about the charging of insulators through radiation from the body and the sun, nothing has been published. At present, I have filed a patent application for 2 apparatus. The matter is much too important as to expose it to the dangers of complete destruction through the irrationalism in the scientific world, as so often happens. It would be good and useful in every way if I could let you know more about the matter before I would ask you to come to my laboratory and to look at the phenomena. My caution not to use the usual way of sending a report to the Academy of Physics may seem strange. It is the result of extremely bad experiences. Cordially, yours. Signed, Wilhelm Reich.
Albert Einstein replied a week later, expressing a keen interest in the subject. Hence, arrangements were made to meet at his home in Princeton on January 13, 1941.
Dear Mr. Reich, I am very willing to talk over your scientific matters with you and would propose that you come to see me some afternoon after having made an appointment in advance. With kind regards, yours, signed, A. Einstein.
Dear Professor Einstein, I received your letter of January 6th and would propose an appointment on Monday, January 13th at about 4 p.m. Kindly let me know if this time is not convenient for you. I can get off at any time with the exception of Wednesdays when I hold my lectures. With kind regards, yours signed, Wilhelm Reich.
Dear Professor Reich, Professor Einstein will be glad to see you at the time proposed by you. Yours very truly, signed H. Dukas, Secretary.
After a 4-hour conversation where the exchange of impressions, ideas, project for this newly found source of power, and details of the current undergoings regarding its development in the fight for cancer and decay, Wilhelm Reich returned to his laboratory, then located in Forest Hills, New York, with the word from Einstein to offer his help should he be able to replicate the experiment in question, obtaining the same results at his home in Princeton. In preparation for the upcoming second meeting with Einstein, this time to demonstrate the temperature difference within the Orgone Accumulator, Wilhelm Reich had an apparatus built specially for the occasion, smaller in size.
He sent a letter to Einstein to maintain him informed and to offer his gratitude for granting him the opportunity to talk to him and be able to demonstrate his findings as the physical manifestations of the Orgone energy's radiation announced the inception on Earth of a new kind of power, the source of which revealed itself to its discoverer. Through him, universal knowledge and application of this power's radiation could be placed at the service of humanity should he succeed in obtaining Einstein's agreement for help.
Dear Mr. Einstein, I have ordered today the apparatus for the observation of the temperature difference through the Orgone radiation. The apparatus will be smaller than those which I use here, about 2/3 cubic foot instead of 1 cubic foot. It will have a cellulose ester plate on the front side and will be fitted with an arrangement for switching on a dim green light on the inside to make the radiation visible. The entire apparatus should be ready in about 8 days. I shall examine it here with regard to its functioning and bring it to you afterwards. I would like to take this occasion to thank you once again for your extraordinary kindness in being willing to go into this matter. As I have told you before, I do not wish to publish anything about the entire matter until I have had the possibility of securing 100% exact all the observed phenomena by the proper means. The talk with you has given me very much. The use of the organoscope, which I left with you, will give you pleasure if you get used to it. You can observe the scintillations with and without the cellulose ester plate, but they are more clearly visible with the plate. The metal screen should always be kept on the organoscope when it is not in use, to keep the sunlight away from the cellulose plate, which is powdered on the inside with calcium sulfide. But you can also use zinc sulfide, and the plate can be used too without any substances at all. For observation of the radiation on a cloudless and moonless night sky, the tube in itself is sufficient. I forgot a sketch and a scroll of graphic designs at your house. I shall take them with me when I bring the apparatus. With kindest regards, yours, signed, Wilhelm Reich.
Once the Orgone Accumulator was built, in order to take it to Einstein to replicate the experiment himself, Wilhelm Reich proceeded to inform him, asking for a convenient date when he could bring him the apparatus. The date was 28th of January, 1941. One day later, a letter written by Einstein's secretary, Helene Dukas, was received, confirming an appointment for that coming Saturday, February 1st, 1941.
Dear Dr. Reich, Professor Einstein will be glad to see you this coming Saturday afternoon. Yours very truly, signed H. Dukas, Secretary.